Hey everyone, it's Will here from Singletrack magazine, and this bike next to me here is the brand new Santa Cruz Blur. Now the Blur is probably a name you'll be familiar with. Santa Cruz introduced the original model some 17 years ago. It was an aluminium short travel 26-inch full suspension bike. The bike we've got here is a very much evolved version of that early Blur. It is still a race bike and it is still short travel. We are looking at a 100mm travel front and rear 29-inch race bike. Now, over the years, Santa Cruz has already had the Tallboy in its lineup, but over the iterations, the Tallboy has gradually evolved to become a bit more of a trail bike. It's got a bigger fork on it, 120mm travel, slightly bigger stanchions as well, bigger tires, bigger bars. It's basically evolved into a lightweight trail bike, and that's left a bit of a hole in the Santa Cruz lineup. The new Blur fills that gap. This is a purebred, go fast race machine. It is only available in a carbon fiber frame. Santa Cruz will be offering the Blur in the high-end CC carbon version and also the slightly cheaper C carbon option as well. The Blur CC frame weighs just over 2 kilos. We're looking at 2,060 grams with the rear shock, so very lightweight. It's running 100mm travel front and rear. We've got an updated VPP suspension linkage on the back here, so you've got two little links that connect the solid carbon rear swing arm to the front main triangle, and that linkage has been designed with pedal efficiency in mind. So this is a bike built for maximum efficiency, so stand on those pedals, hammer away, and the bike, it just goes like a rocket. It is very quick. The geometry has been sharpened over the Tallboy, so we are looking at geometry numbers which are a little bit more aggressive. We've got a 69-degree head angle on the front, but that is paired to quite a long reach measurement, 440 on the medium frame that I've been riding here, which is pretty long for a cross-country race bike. The cockpit is quite modern. We've got 750mm wide bars and a 70mm long stem. There will be 4 frame sizes available, small through to extra large, and all frame sizes will come with that 70mm stem, except for the small, which comes with a 60. Now, although the head angle is fairly sharp at 69 degrees, Santa Cruz has been playing around with fork offsets, so they're running a slightly shorter offset, 44mm, instead of the more traditional 51mm offset that a lot of 29er race bikes go for. The reason they've gone for that is just to calm down the steering a little bit. So the shorter offset actually increases the trail measurement, and that adds a certain amount of damping to the steering, and that just calms it down on the steep stuff and the more technical trails. So although this is a race bike, it is designed to be a fun bike as well, and also one that's capable of riding proper rough trails. And as we all know, race courses are getting more and more technical, and this new Blur is designed exactly with that in mind. In terms of other geometry numbers, we've got 430mm chainstay length on here, so that's fairly short to keep the handling nice and nimble, but not so short to be a problem on the climbs. One we've got here is the all singing and all dancing version. So we've got SRAM XX1 Eagle 1x12, of course. We also have the SRAM level ultimate brakes, carbon fiber brake levers, very lightweight and nice and powerful as well. It's a Fox suspension package, so we've got the super light 32 step cast fork on the front with 100mm travel, and we've got the float DPS shock on the back, both of them Kashima coated for maximum bling factor. They are connected by a cable all the way to the handlebar, and this is Fox's push to unlock remote system. So you've got a little paddle there, you press the big paddle to unlock the suspension, unlocks the fork and the shock simultaneously, and then you press the little trigger to lock it out, and it is a very firm lockout as well. So you just hit that little trigger and all of a sudden you have a fully rigid, flat out race bike that you can get out of the saddle, absolute hammer and tong, and this thing responds so quickly. It is dedicated for 29-inch wheels, so it is not Plus compatible. You can probably squeeze up to 2.4-inch tyre on the back if you wanted to, depending on the tyre and the rim combination. The tyres that we've got here, the Maxxis Aspens, 2.25-inch width and very lightweight, very fast tyres, and suits the bike's intentions really well. I'm running a dropper post on mine, but as stock it'll come with a rigid seat post because it is basically a race bike. But with the dropper post on here, with those wide bars, with the supple Fox suspension, been very, very surprised with how fast we can ride this on some of the technical trails around Santa Cruz. So I've been first and foremost impressed with how much fun it is to ride, but secondly, just how fast and efficient this is to ride as well. It is a proper race bike. So if you want to trail ride, get the Tall Boy. If you want to race, get the Blur. That's exactly what this bike is, a purebred race bike. Now, if you'd like to read the full review, jump on singletrackworld.com to check out more information on the brand new Santa Cruz Blur. Thanks guys, Tooroo.